I value the student experience. I really wanted to invest and support them throughout their university experience. I'm super excited for the future because this is just the beginning of FYRE. My name is Janet Perez Molina. I am a counselor and program coordinator for the Foster Youth Resilience and Education Scholars Program and the Student Parents and Families Program as well. We really walk alongside the FYRE Scholar to really invest in their educational journey, but for them to be challenged as well and support throughout their experience. It's very important for me to create meaningful reports with my scholars. I challenge them throughout their experiences, but also we celebrate the little moments of passing a class, passing an exam, or even going through the following quarter, or maybe even changing their major. I value the student experience. So when I had the opportunity to be able to be of service to the current and former foster youth here at UCI, I really wanted to invest and support them throughout their university experience. I know there's various challenges that come along the way as being a college student, and the additional part is being a current or former foster youth. So I really strive to really build community with the FYRE Scholars. It's beautiful to see them grow, and it's a privilege to be able to do this. So I love it. Within FYRE, we want to provide the proper support for students to be able to focus on their academic success. So making sure that students have their basic needs met, housing, food security, and also to financial security, and even making sure that they're taking care of their mental health. So whenever we sit down with a scholar, we make sure that everything's in line. And when something's happening, interfering with their experience, we make sure to refer our students to the proper resources, really hand them off to a warm hen, which is another program or a specific individual here at UCI that will be able to provide that resource or that additional support. So within the FYRE Scholars Program, we provide priority registration for every single scholar until they graduate from the university. That's in order to help them accommodate their full-time schedules, their multiple roles, because a lot of FYRE Scholars, not only are they students, but also some are parents, or some have 2 jobs. We provide priority housing. So if students want to house on campus, they have on-campus housing priority until they graduate. We also have a senior summit that we provide our seniors. We just make sure that students are ready and feel comfortable for their next steps after they graduate from the university. We provide a lot of academic support, such as tutoring scholarships, book loan programs, being able to provide workshops in academic success, study skills, graduate school preparation, etc. But also I think we could always do more. I'm a team of one, so it's important to really have campus partners that support our students for them to academically thrive, but also to professionally and career ready. Just knowing a little history behind FYRE Scholars, it's going to be our 3rd year being a comprehensive program. So we're a young program. We're still building and making the necessary adjustments to have a comprehensive support for our students. But of course, I think UCI could do more to support current and former foster youth here on campus. Having an actual counselor that's able to sit down with each student and provide that support is already saying that it's important. You know, this student population is important. They need the support, they need the necessary tools in order to academically thrive. But of course, we are growing as a program, so funding is greatly appreciated. I think once we grow a little bit more, we're going to be able to do more with our FYRE Scholars. So I think we're still building, and I'm super excited for the future because this is just the beginning of FYRE.
I was a FYRE Scholar all last year, and at first I was doing it because of priority registration, because that's a really good perk. But after I got a little bit more involved in doing some of the events, I really enjoyed like finding a community that I could participate in on campus, because it was just a little difficult to find a community for myself on campus, and so I just wanted to get more involved. I think what's really important in mentoring is to understand that everyone's experience is different and that there's no like one size fits all solution to everyone's issue, you know? Like everyone, we gotta kind of like tailor it to everyone's needs and at the same time allow them to have their own experience and make suggestions instead of like demands.
FYRE has helped me in like 2 ways. One way is like the resources, so being able to have a counselor who keeps me accountable, being able to have a place to print, a place to study, being able to have access to like book loan program and book scholarships. It really like takes a lot of the stress away from being like a first-gen low-income student and also being a foster youth, because I know I have those resources to help me. But then it's also helped me because I've created a strong support system, not just with Janet, the counselor, but also with the other people in the student support office and also with other FYRE scholars who I know I can relate to on like a personal level that I never had ever in my life until I got to the FYRE program. And also having people who not only will understand certain issues I have, but will be there to help guide me and support me through those things. I couldn't imagine FYRE not being here, because then it would be like taking away an important part of who I am.
Being a foster kid is so unique. It's such a unique community because we all go through this scarring time, but we can all bond over it, and I think that's what the FYRE Scholars is all about. I think it's amazing because there's no one else on this campus. You could have friends, you could have a relationship with someone, and as hard as they try, they're never gonna really understand what it was like to be apart from your family. There's memories attached, you know, there's trauma attached, so it's kind of scary. So I think what the FYRE Scholars program at UCI does is amazing. It encouraged me to keep being in college. I mean, it's a really scary time, especially as a first-gen student. I didn't know if I wanted to continue, and Janet always talked me off that ledge, and that community, that sense of like a second family, which is I think something that foster kids always look for. We're always searching for our family in some sort of way. Having that here on campus was amazing.
I became interested in becoming a peer mentor for FYRE after I had my own peer mentors in FYRE. I had a food insecurity. My peer mentor helped me get CalFresh, showed me the UCI Fresh Hub and the different resources around UCI that would help you a lot more as not like a student, but just as like a person in need. So I wanted to pay it forward and become a peer mentor so that I could do the same thing. But maybe it's not food insecurity, it's probably other stuff like self-care or academic advising or something that, you know, at least more just someone to talk to, because that also helped. I wanted to provide that for someone else.
So for anyone or any foster youth that's planning to attend a university, whether it's UCI or any other UC or Cal State or community college or whatever, there's always going to be a program for foster youth, and you can always find your community of support.
So I encourage, if anyone's scared of coming here or they think they can't do it, you totally can, and you have more than enough people here to support you.
You can do it. You can make it. There's so many of us out there who have the same or similar struggles, and we've pushed through it. As long as you keep trying and you don't give up, there's so much out there for you to help you. You just have to keep going.
I sometimes joke around saying that I change lives for a living. But in reality, these little moments that I have with the FYRE Scholars, they're so meaningful. They're going to motivate even current foster youth to achieve higher education.